Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila, and I'm coming to you with a review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 4. I believe this is episode 9. I actually recorded this last night, but I had received a disturbing phone call of some girl that I did not know. She was crying and she said she needed help, and I had to Child, it was a mess. I called 911 and I just had them trace the number. She was in a whole nother state. So I was just caught off guard. I don't even know what was going on with that girl. She said her boyfriend beat up and took her money and she couldn't get home. That was a whole mess. I was like, oh my God, Jesus, bless her, help her. I don't know if it was real. I don't know if it was fake, but I tried to do the best that I could do. So it is what it is. But I couldn't finish the video, so I'm just gonna do it this morning. Y'all happy Sunday. Y'all go to church, get some peace of mind. If y'all don't go to church, pray, meditate, do whatever y'all want to do. Go hug a tree like Gangsta Boo said that she do. But anyway, it is what it is. So the review today of Love and Marriage Huntsville the show is a to be continued. It started out where it left off, where Letitia pulls up to Black. She calls Marceau on the phone and she's like, hey, Marceau, are you inside of Black? He says, yes. She said, I need you to come outside because I need to talk to you. So he comes outside. He goes to the side of the car. He says, oh, this is going to be a long conversation. She says, pretty much, yeah, come on in. So he gets into the car. He sits down and then they begin to have their conversation. So she talks about the whole picture. She spoke with her mom earlier. Her mom brought the picture to her and she was like, that's not, I don't believe that is Marceau. That is a picture of somebody's back. And the mom is like, well, Marceau said that he was there. He was there at the hotel. He was there with a friend. And you need to talk with him and see what's going on with your husband. And as we all know, Miss Wanda said in the confessional that she believed that was Marceau's back. But Tisha, she believes her husband. She's going to talk with him. So he says, I don't understand why your mom is coming to you with this picture. She came to me with it as well. And I told her that I was there, but I was not at a hotel room and that he was there with a friend. And Marceau's stance is every time someone hears anything about him, negatively about him cheating, then people automatically believes it and he doesn't understand why. So Letitia is just like, that's what she was telling her mom. She's sick and tired of these rumors. She says she hasn't done anything to anybody. She says people always want to accuse you of cheating and then they get mad at her for staying. And Marceau's like, nobody has any proof. And like he told Miss Wanda, you will never find a receipt about him cheating. And the reason why we will not find a receipt about him cheating, number one, is probably because he's not cheating. And number two, he probably really good at what he doing. So I don't know anybody that is on national TV that hasn't, that someone said that they were cheating and actually was, I mean, I've seen a lot of people and I'm like, man, they were cheating, but they have physical evidence. You know what I'm saying? That these people were cheating. And especially when you're in a spotlight like this. But I don't know. He around Huntsville, he in Atlanta, he in Africa, he in all these different places. Whatever he doing a good job. Or maybe he's just not cheating. But anyway, so if I don't really know if Marceau was crying or because he had tissue in his hand and he was patting his eyes. And he was making the statement that they're going to come at us hard, but we're going to go harder. And Letitia, she was crying and like consoling him and rubbing him on the back of his neck. So I'm like, this is very emotional for Marceau. I've never seen him do this before. If he is crying, maybe it's starting to get to him. I know he said that the only person that he wants to believe him is Letitia. And she said she believed him because he did say that, he was there and the friend that he was with was Chris Fletcher. So I'm assuming maybe that this is all some type of, because I remember when this picture had came up. This picture came up like last year sometime. And I actually made a post about it or whatever, but it didn't even really get a lot of views. So, child, I just deleted it off my page because I knew it wasn't nothing. It was a picture of somebody back in the back of their head. So I was just like, that is nothing. That could be anybody's bag. But my whole deal is everybody, and then she says that people are trying to destroy her marriage. But if you think about it from her point of view, if you don't have any evidence that my husband is cheating, right? And you're always coming to me, somebody is always putting out rumors, 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 rumors. Then I guess what's the outcome? Her leaving her husband. So that's breaking up their home. So technically, she is right. And if she stays, y'all call her stupid. And she is staying to work something out with her husband. But there looks like there isn't anything to work out. The only thing that they're working out is y'all getting in their business. Well, not all of y'all, but some of y'all all in their business. So she's just like, we ain't even doing nothing. We a young couple. We out here making money moves. We building apartments. We're building buildings. They're doing all these things, and there's always somebody saying that there's a cheating rumor. And really, I know they're on a reality show and they're making reality, but this gets hard on a person having to defend themselves against cheating every time. And I remember well, Letitia said everything that she's doing is in defense of Melody. And I remember, I think it was episode 1 or season 1 when they had the whole hairdresser on there. And Melody, that was Martell's cousin. Melody put online that Marceau was cheating with that hairdresser. I forget what her name is, but she was cheating with her. And she said she don't lie, and she is cheating with her. But then they all got online, Marceau, Letitia, and the hairdresser. They all got online to debunk Melody's rumor. Now people will say that, well, Marceau paid her off. And she said that she don't need no money. She okay. She's not that type of person, and she's defending herself against those lies. So I don't know. That's just crazy to me that which is right. They have had to defend themselves against constant rumors. They go online. And even the whole 20 women, Martell brought that up. They had to defend themselves against that. And also, too, if y'all remember, when they had the whole conversation when they were talking, Melody is the one that said first, you need to pull up to the bars and check your husband because he the one out here cheating with Marceau. Because she was mad at Marceau because she felt like Marceau wasn't keeping her man in check while they were out. So she got mad at Marceau. And that's when Letitia was like, check my husband, ride around through the bars. She said, but your husband is the one that bought that girl that BMW. They got matching BMWs. And then everybody thought that was so wrong for Letitia to say that. But I was like, but Melody told this girl to run up to the bars and find her. You know what? I've been saying this. Child, something failed. I feel like I've been saying the same thing over and over and over again. And until we gonna have actual evidence that this man is cheating, it is what it is, y'all. Anyway. So here we are. We have Kimmy and we have Maurice. They're at their office and then they are talking. They're talking about the whole Martell situation and the reason why Kimmy is just like, I don't want Martell there. And Maurice is like, well, if Melody is not going to be there, why can't Martell be there? And so she's just like, because Marcel is messy. Martell, she says Martell is messy. She says Martell doesn't know how to control his anger. So they have these whole flashbacks. And then, did y'all see they showed Marcel's back? Anyway, but they had this whole montage about Martell not controlling his anger or being overly angry or whatever Kimmy decides that she feels how angry Martell can get. Martell comes in, he knocks at the door, And so they are sitting down. I know my picture, they're standing up, but they're sitting down. And Kimmy begins to explain to Martell because Martell is like, why do I have to be secondhand? Like, why do I have to get a secondhand invitation if Melody don't show up? If Melody. And the reason why Martell is because Melody is real good with Carlos. And a lot of people love Melody. So they would rather see Melody in the scene than see you, Martell, in the scene. That's just what I'm assuming. So I believe that a lot of people would choose Melody over Martell anyway. So in this situation, Kimmy, Kimmy was like, yeah, I thought, Marcel does have, Marcel, why do I keep calling this man Marcel? Martell does have a good heart and he does this, but he doesn't know how to control his anger. But tell him the truth, Kimmy. And she did. She said, when you posted that picture and you decided to add fuel to the fire about this whole thing with everybody got a girlfriend, everybody cheating, and then your mistress get on there saying she's the one took the picture and Marceau Mar Maurice is the one with the linebackers and all of this stuff, then that's when it began to really affect Kimmy. And so now since it had affected Kimmy, Kimmy don't like Martell no more because now the people out here are dragging her for what her husband is doing. And to me, Martell had a point. He was like, you sitting up here looking at me, you pointing a finger at me, but your husband was laughing about it along with his brothers. So those Scott boys can sit up here and laugh and get a giggle, but I'm the one that can't get invited to parties. I mean, Kimmy, he is right. Because you really misdirecting your anger. You still need to be mad at your man. But since you're going to stay with your man, you're going to be mad at the next person. And that's just how it is in relationships. You're going to still be with your man and be mad at everybody else for what your man out here doing. So they come to some conclusion about whatever the situation is. I guess Martell is going to be nicer. I guess he's not going to talk about their marriage because he's not trying to destroy their marriage. But you was sitting up here trying to put out here that Marceau was messing around with 20 women. But you did say that all the boys were single. So I don't know what y'all mean by destroying or joking or playing or lying because it all seems like it's in one bucket. Anyway, now here you have Destiny and you have Tiffany. They're at the trampoline park. Tiffany, oh yeah, they were baby Law. Law is really, really cute. So Tiffany comes in, they sit down, they have a whole conversation about the whole Galentine's event. Tiffany feels like Destiny is the one that pretty much started it because she said that she was mocking Stormy's accent. And Destiny said, I wasn't mocking her accent. She was talking hood. And she said, I can talk hood too. I speak hood too. That what's up, or whatever, whatever. So Destiny's point is that girl came at me 3 times and I didn't say anything, which she did when they went through the playback. She did. She was like, answer the question, answer the question. She put it all on Destiny to answer a question. And she was like, I'm not the one that said we not friends no more. Melody is the one that said we not friends no more. So you have to ask Melody why we not friends no more. I just found this out. So it's not on me to answer a question that somebody else already knows. So that pretty much what that was. And in Destiny's defense, when Tiffany was telling her that she kind of started poking at her first. And then this, I guess I didn't catch it right, but they started talking about Melody or something about friendship or whatever. And Destiny had made a comment and Tiffany laughed and she kind of put her hair behind her ear. It's like it's a gesture as if she's in agreement to what Destiny is saying. So I'm like, when Melody see this, she gonna be looking at Tiffany like, okay, so you got jokes too. You want to sit up here and joke about me being a friend and how, oh, it was the whole guard dog thing, pit bull thing. And she was like, yeah, they tried to say that Melody was my 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 bodyguard, but now she has Stormy as her bodyguard. And I was just like, well, I guess, but I believe Tiffany feels like this is something. She keeps cracking it as if it's a joke. So I don't know how that's going to happen with the whole Melody and Tiffany thing. And then that's when Destiny was just like, "Oh, but you're going on a oh." Tiffany brought up the fact that will Melody and Destiny ever be in the same place? And Destiny's like, well, no, we'll never be in the same place because of everything that has transpired. She said, I believe we'll be good one day, but not as close, because Destiny thought that they were ride or die friends until the end. And then Tiffany brings up the whole issue, the whole situation about, so would you go on a girls trip? Because she says she's going on a girls trip with Melody. And Destiny's like, girls trip? I just thought y'all relationship was surface. I thought y'all's relationship was just business. So I didn't know that y'all were on girls trips, type of situations. And she was just like, well, yeah, it's really not a girls trip. It's kind of like business, because of the simple fact that she is helping me find my father, and she's really good at detective work, and as Melody said, she likes suspenses, and I guess she liked to investigate, because Tiffany said every time she tried to call down there and get answers and questions, then she never got anywhere. So she says that Melody loves to do that type of work. So I guess it is a type of business, that business trip that they're on. And I think she invited Destiny to go on the trip. So it looks to me like, because we all know that the boys are going to have a trip to Atlanta. So maybe the girls are going to have a trip to Utah. And then I was also thinking, like, she said Utah, Alabama. So was she saying Utah, Utah, or is there such place as Utah, Alabama? I don't know. Help me out. Yeah. So yeah. Then they have the whole event of the night, which is the housewarming, that everybody is getting secondhand invitations, not getting invitations, or whatever type of invitations that they're getting. So they're at the housewarming and they're talking. They're talking to Jalen, and they're saying, Jalen is like, who all's coming? And she said she invited everybody. And then Jalen is like, well, every time y'all get together, it's always something that's bad. It goes wrong. You remember what happened at his graduation? So she's like, well, everybody that's here, they love you, Jalen. And, you're going to get good gifts. So then they bring up this whole deal about some land between Kimmy and Maurice. And I was like, is this the land that they were talking about last season that they were going to get? Because they talked about it one time, but didn't talk about it again. And I guess there is some contention between the both of them, because Kimmy wants to do one thing with the land and Maurice wants to do something else. Maurice said make a restaurant, and Kimmy said she wants to tutor kids. So then they get off into this whole thing like Kimmy always says what she wants to do, but Maurice overrides her. But Maurice said he knows what Kimmy's thinking and he can read her mind. Didn't Avant say that? He can read your mind and he know what you're thinking? But anyway, so apparently what Kimmy really wants is not what really Kimmy wants. Because Maurice knows what Kimmy really wants. So I wish they would have had more background on this, because I would have been able to understand it better. But all I know is they are not on the same page. Jalen realizes it, and that is what that is. And so as they're talking, you have Destiny. Destiny is the first one that comes in. Destiny gives a present to Kimmy, and she gives a present to Jalen. So they are talking, and then they're just like, oh, hey, everybody's coming. And Destiny's like, oh, okay. And then she had said something about her being there early and all that stuff. So they all come in. And then you have the next people to come. I believe it was Melody, Stormy, and Stormy's husband. So they walk in, and they don't speak to Destiny. Destiny doesn't speak to them. And Kimmy goes to Destiny and says, do you want to have a conversation with Stormy? And Destiny's like, yes. Kimmy goes over to Stormy and she's like, do you want to have a conversation with Destiny? Stormy is like, yes. So they go off into the guest bedroom and then they begin to talk. So Kimmy feels like since she had did the whole Valentine's Day event, it's only her right to get both of them together so they can have a conversation. So, but you know what I was thinking about? Didn't Melody say that she had talked to Destiny and that she wanted Destiny to have a conversation with Stormy. So I guess this is the scene. So I guess all of them were probably working around this to get this scene to happen. Child, is that some behind the scenes tea if you put two and two together? But anyway, so they go back here and they go in this room, right? In the room, the guest room. And they're sitting down on the bed. Destiny and Stormy sit on the bed and Kimmy is kind of standing up. And, Kimmy, like I said, she was talking about the whole Galentine's thing, and she felt like Destiny and Stormy, their confrontation kind of escalated things to another level with the whole fighting and throwing chairs and all that stuff. So so Destiny begins to talk, and she's like, well, on her side, she felt that Stormy was coming to her really hard. And she said, I didn't do anything, but you were coming at her. And Stormy said, well, you were coming at me, and I didn't do nothing to you. You were coming at me. And so the whole deal is that whole situation with when Melody was sitting at the table at the Galentine's Day party. And Melody is like, had the friendship that we had when she was trying to explain the whole thing between Destiny and Melody and their friendship going wrong. And when she said had, Destiny was like, had, what you mean had? Kimmy was like, don't interrupt, just let her talk. Destiny was like, you right, you right. I'm just gonna let her go ahead and speak Melody. So for some reason, Stormy took that as her being mean. I didn't take it as her being mean. I felt it as if Destiny was like, okay, my bad. You go ahead and speak. Because her tone wasn't even hard or nothing like that. So Stormy did interject herself in that situation. And that's what Destiny was trying to tell her. Like, you interjected yourself and you came at me with this rah, rah, rah. And as Stormy is just like, well, no, I just felt like she said, I just felt like you had this whole, attitude and you wouldn't let, Melon do whatever. But anyway, so Destiny is talking and she says, no, sweetie. And Stormy is like, sweetie, don't call me sweetie. And so Destiny is like, oh, well, I'm just saying, she said, I'm not trying to, anyway, whatever it happened, I could see both sides. When Destiny was trying to explain herself, maybe that's something that she said, sweetie, honey, baby, whoop, 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 and she said it. But her tone really wasn't that bad. To me, it wasn't. So she was saying it, but I do get Stormy too, because my name is Stormy and I don't like that condescending stuff. Don't call me sweetie, baby, honey. Don't do none of that stuff because you don't know me like that. And they also mentioned that they thought that they were good because they had a whole sponsorship thing that she wanted her to be a part of. So she thought that they were in a good place. But anyway, when they said the whole sweetie thing, it threw Stormy off. And Destiny was like, I wasn't even trying to be mean. I'm just talking. It wasn't even nothing like that. But Stormy, Stormy, she don't want to be called sweetie. I mean, it is what it is. And I feel like we should respect her in such. Just call the girl by name. Call her Stormy. That's it. Just call her Stormy. And you don't call her sweetie. And we need to figure out where all of this is coming from, because I don't even think y'all situation is even that bad for y'all to even be mad at each other. And I know Stormy got the stank face, and so everything she come out her mouth look like it be stinking because her face look like it got the stank face. And she's a very beautiful girl. It's just the way that her face is set up. So when she said, don't call me sweetie, I don't even think she meant that bad. It's just the way that her face be looking stanky. It just looked like it was an attitude. But anyway, Destiny leaves out the room and she gone down the stairs. And then you have Kimmy was like, well, Destiny was trying to talk to you about it, but you seem to have gotten upset. Then she was just like, well, I don't want nobody to call me sweetie. My name is Stormy or whatever. So that really didn't get nowhere. So they come out the room and like I said, Destiny goes on outside the house. I guess she needed to cool down. She needed a breather. And Melanie is like, are you okay? Are you okay? So they really didn't give a lot on if she was okay, they kind of didn't talk about it. So then you have Letitia, she comes in, Marceau comes in, and then you have Patricia, she's here, and then they're all talking. Well, they don't really talk, because when they walk in the room, and mind you, Letitia look good, period, period, she looks good. So they walk in, Tisha doesn't speak to Melody, Melody doesn't speak to Tisha. And that's what that is, right? And also there was this other thing too. When they were in the back of the back room, you have Maurice, you have Martell, excuse me, you have Maurice, you have Marceau, and you have Melody. Melody over there eating. And I noticed that Melody was eating the whole time that she was there. So they were asking her questions about Martell, like, what's up with your boy? How y'all doing? Da 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 da. She was like, I don't know. I don't be in his business like that. And then Maurice was like, well, when I talked to him, he said that y'all were progressing. And she drank a little drink, was like, whatever. And they started laughing, joking with her, playing with her. So that was that. And that's when the girls come out of the room or whatever. And Destiny hugs Letitia and they over there talking. All right. So then you have Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda comes in. Oh, mind you, too. Oh, I said all the whole thing about them not talking. And my thing is this, Marceau, stay out them women business. If they don't want to talk, they don't want to talk. Just leave it at that. And if I was Melody, I wouldn't answer no questions about Letitia either because they frenemies. Oh, that's what it was when they were down there at the trampoline park. And I knew it was something that they were laughing at about the whole frenemies thing with Letitia and Melody, and Tiffany had made that little comment like nobody knew. I don't even understand the problem. Yeah, okay, I knew it was something that they was laughing at, that they kind of was like, girl, you real messy, shady. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know whose side you on. But they ain't supposed to pick no side. They all need to just get along. But anyway, they brought up the whole frenemy thing or whatever. And yeah, Marceau, stay out them people business. Just let them girls be girls. If they don't want to work it out, they don't want to work it out. If they don't want to speak, they ain't got to speak. So here Miss Wanda, she comes in. I like her hair. It ain't in no big finger wave or nothing. It's just what it is. So she comes in and she says she glad that Patricia there because she got a bone to pick with Patricia because she was talking about her daughter. And her daughter said that that Tisha is a big girl. She can handle her own. And she's talking real loud. And did y'all notice that when Miss Wanda came in, she did speak to everybody. She spoke to Melody. She said she really didn't know Stormy, but Stormy was like, you were at my house. Stormy reminds everybody that they was at her house. And she was like, oh, okay. But then when she sits down and she's talking to everybody in the room, she was like, she got a bone to pick with everybody. She said Melody, Stormy, and she said Kimmy, and she said because her cousin Kiki had went back and told her that everybody was talking about Tisha and that she didn't even say that, she pretty much didn't say nothing because Kimmy was like, so your cousin said that everybody was talking about her and you didn't, and she didn't say that she had anything to say about it when she's the one started it. And I did miss a part too because before she started talking, Tisha had went in there. She was like, Mama, I don't need you to fight for me. She said, I already talked to everybody that I have issues with. So let me handle this. And then Miss Wanda was like, no, because everybody wanted to sit up here and talk about you behind your back. So I'm finna get ready to talk about all these other people. And she said that ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me. And I'm a grown woman. I'm gonna say what I want to say. And that's when Tisha just walked off. She was like, you know what? Kimmy is the one that brought my mama to this party. So Kimmy is the one that has to deal with all the backlash that Wanda has to give. And I know that everybody knew Wanda was coming. So they was prepared. But the whole time that Miss Wanda was talking, Stormy over there looking at her with the stank face. Melody still over there eating her cake, sitting by Kimmy. And Patricia, she over there eating whatever she eating. And so, and then Wanda said her famous line, because they gonna either have to shake a bone or get on or whatever. And then and then she said that she told Kimmy that my daughter don't fool with girls that buy shoes that don't come in the box. And I'm just like, Miss Wanda, all these girls can buy shoes, they come in the box. They all on the same platform and they all look like they well off. So I'm pretty sure that doesn't apply to these girls because all of these girls are pretty much on the same platform. They're actually out here working, making money moves, and doing what they need to do. So, okay, Miss Wanda. And she just like, she mad at everybody. And she said what her cousin Kiki said. And Kimmy said that Kiki was the one started it. But I had went to watch Color Me Pink's channel. And Color Me Pink had pulled up the whole video footage of what happened that night. And Melody is actually the one that started that whole conversation. Melody is the one that brought up Letitia. Melody is the one that brought up the whole husband cheating picture, all of that stuff. So it really wasn't even Kiki. It was actually Melody. She the one started all of this stuff. So yeah. And then Letitia defends herself, just like Tisha said. She said she's always defending herself off of something that Melody brings up. And if history is showing me right, Letitia is right. And it is what it is. So Miss Wanda gets up and she walks off and she said bees can't buy shoes, they come in a box. And then that's when Jalen was like, no, mama, no, Wanda, you're not going to sit up here and call my mama out her name, not in my house. And she's just like, what? And then Kimmy is over there just like, no, don't worry about it, Jalen. I got it. I can handle Miss Wanda or whatever. So then it goes to a to be continued. That was a lot. Yeah, I had already did this and I thought it would I had more energy when I did it the first time. But this time I feel kind of different. Cause that whole situation with that girl kind of made me feel some type of way. But that was Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 4. And y'all have a great day. This is Sheila. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all have a good day. Bye.